Okay, I'm going to talk about the inverse of a matrix. So given a matrix is A, B, C, D like that, the inverse, which will be A to the negative 1 like that, is equal to 1 over AD minus BC times, and now it's going to look like this. D and A get switched, and then B and C get negated. So if I give you something like this, 3, 5, 2, 4, okay, its inverse is going to be 1 over, and this is the determinant, so down right minus down left, 12 minus 10. Okay, switch the order of the 3 and the 4, and then negate. Okay, so we get 1/2 out front, 4, negative 5, negative 2, 3. So the inverse matrix would be 2, negative 5 halves, negative 1, and 3. Okay, now here is a property that you need to know. If you do A times A inverse, you should get the identity matrix, which in our case would look like that because it's a 2 by 2. So let's check it out. 3, 5, 2, 4 times 2, negative 5 halves, negative 1, 3 halves, and see what we get. Okay, so this is 6 minus 5. Now when we do this combination, we get negative 15 over 2, positive 15 over 2. Okay, row 2 combinations, we get 4 minus 4, and we get negative 5, because that's negative 10 over 2. And then this is 12 over 2, which is 6. So 6 minus 5 is 1. Negative 15 plus 15 over 2 is 0. Minus 4, 4 minus 4 is 0. And 1. So we get our identity matrix. Okay, so how can we use this to solve? Okay, so I'm going to give you a system. So 5x plus 2y equals 8, and 3x plus 3y equals 3. Okay, so I'm going to rewrite this as a matrix like that times an xy. Okay, so that's that piece. Do you see how this would multiply to 5x plus 2y, 3x plus 3y? And it's going to equal 8, 3. Okay, so now over here on the side, I'm gonna find a prime. Okay, when I talk about a, I'm going to talk about this 5, 2, 3, 3. Okay, so 1 over 15 minus 6 times, and then we flip-flop those two locations and negate those two. Okay, so 1/9 of that. So we get 3/9 minus 2/9, negative 3/9, and 5/9. That's our inverse. Okay, so in math, if you do multiply something on one side, you have to multiply something on the other side. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to multiply each side by the inverse. Okay, so 3/9, negative 2/9, negative 3/9. So that's the inverse. Now it's important on this side that I do the inverse first, because I need to have a 2 by 2 multiplied by a 2 by 1, or else it won't work the other way. Okay, Now, that's all I did. It's algebra. Those are the inverses of each other, so we know that they're going to equal identity matrix. Okay, now let's do the combinations here. So 24 over 9 minus 6 over 9. In row 2 is going to be negative 24 over 9. And then plus 15 over 9. Okay, so do we understand that this would be like this, 1x plus 0y, and then 0x plus 1y, and then we equal, and 24 minus 6 is 18, over 9 is 2, and then we get negative 24 plus 15 is negative 9 over 9. So that's negative 1. So the conclusion is x equals 2 and y equals negative 1. So 2, negative 1. Okay, so knowing how to create an inverse, okay, how to create it is right here. Then understanding that an A times its inverse is the identity. Then using it, once you have a system set up like this, you just times both sides by the inverse, and it will end up working out like this as the solution. It's the final solution.